Welcome back to year 4 of the North Texas Dynasty. Today, we got more Big 12 competition games in our new conference in year 4 of the Mean Green Dynasty. Today, we are playing against Texas Tech, a team we have already beaten even before joining this conference. We actually gave them a pretty decent run for their money, blowing them out at home. And then we have got the Utah, is it the Ukes? I don't know exactly what their team name is. Texas Tech 1-2 on the season, not off to a great start here against FCS Midwest, 52-0. Will Hammond is their quarterback, senior pocket passer, coming off of a game with almost 450 yards. Deshaun Dobbins, their sophomore halfback as well, is someone we're going to have to keep a look at. And looking at the rest of their receiving room, I think the highest we're looking at is an 83 overall. Nothing too crazy. After our second straight victory over Texas, go check out the last video if you missed it. We had a game-winning touchdown to Jacaden Ferguson to beat Texas for the second straight season in the Texas Bowl. We are now number 11. Just ahead of us is Miami and number 10, the team that knocked us out in the playoffs last season after we split the season series with them, winning in the regular season, then of course losing at home in the playoffs in heartbreaking fashion. But yet, here we are, almost a top 10 team in the country. We are undefeated at 3-0, Texas Tech at 1-2. This is our second conference game in the series. Here we go. Will Hammond gonna drop back. That one's gonna be a nice out to the running back. That is Dobbins for an 8-yard gain. 3rd and 2, though, an opportunity here on the road to get this team to go 3 and out from the shotgun. They're going to go back to Dobbins, and that's going to be just inches short, and they will elect to punt. Out comes Bryce Baker off of his 300-yard, 4-touchdown game. Played incredible against the Texas Longhorns in defending our home turf. He now goes on the road, another Texas opponent. 4 verticals right away. Baker from the shotgun, gonna go back to Jacaden Ferguson, who hangs on, catches it mid-air. That connection is just getting more and more dangerous. Jacaden Ferguson, obviously player of the game last week. That's a great start to this one, already deep into Texas Tech territory. We go back to him here. That's an easy one. That is a gain of 9 on the play, and Baker already has 51 yards passing here in the first quarter. Let's see what Jermecco Green has on this inside zone. A nice carry. That one's going to go for exactly 10 yards, and we are close to goal-to-go territory here. 2nd and 10. Baker in the backfield. Has the deep ball, has all his accuracies upgraded here as a sophomore. There is Shakir Capps, wide receiver 6, who has established himself as a starter for this year in year 4. And now the easy QB blast. It has been unstoppable all season, and North Texas off to a hot start, up 7-0 on the road against the Texas Tech Raiders. From the shotgun, number 15, Patrick Mahone, that's Will Hammond, getting pressured right away, and he's going to break off the tackle. Joshua Pierce getting the first sack of the day to force a 3rd and long. Our defense has looked almost as impressive as our offense in the past few weeks. They're going to choose to run it up the gut, and it gets a pretty good gainer, but obviously not going to be enough for Deshaun Dobbins, and we're going to get this ball right back. Here comes the punt, 4th and 6. On the return is Jacaden Ferguson himself, takes the snap, going to shrug off a few guys, and that's beautiful field position up at the 50-yard line for North Texas. We got both of our deep threats going deep on this one. Baker, this time gonna find Dozie as Newcomo's got plenty of room to walk this one in. And this is why I think this is by far the most dangerous team we've had here in year 4, because they've got a quarterback who can get it there. He's mobile, and we've got 2 deep shot, almost 90 overall receivers that are huge deep play threats, as Texas Tech is gonna go 3 and out again, and Jacaden Ferguson will return this punt as well. He's already feeling himself. He's hot. He's going to get a block here. He's going to find some space, cutting it to the outside. Going to make a man miss. Only one more to beat! Number 5, Jacaden Ferguson is gone! We've got touchdowns for the 3 players I was just gassing up. And what a quick 21-point avalanche at Texas Tech. and I think that is the first punt return on the season. Shout out Jacaden Ferguson, really showing up these past 2 games. 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, Will Hammond desperately trying to get something going, and that'll be a first down and a good bit more. The reception goes to number 20 right there, and that'll be the end of a very exciting first quarter for North Texas. Not so much for the Texas Tech Raiders, who realize they might not be a top 3 team in Texas in this dynasty. I think it goes us, then Texas, and then after that you'd probably go A&M before Texas Tech. It's crazy how things can shift up in these dynasty modes. That'll be Dobbins again, definitely his best run of the day, goes for 7 right there. By himself in the backfield, 2nd and 3. Here is Hammond. He's going to take the snap, try and scramble out. That is a dart for the first touchdown of the day for the Raiders, and they needed that one. Now only down 2 scores. This offense has been pretty unstoppable so far, though. Let's see if their defense can get any momentum here at home. From the shotgun, Baker gonna take another deep shot as Newcomb. What a bomb! Waiting for Dozie as Newcomb to have his breakout game. I think this one might be it. That's touchdown number 2, and Bryce Baker can green bean 70 yards down the field. To get him to transfer to us after our first season, as that'll be another sack. That is Devontae Carlisle there. Oh my goodness. I am so impressed with these receivers and Bryce Baker. His ability to launch it down the field that far, and he's mobile. Absolutely miraculous. We have the looks of what could be a championship team here. There is Shakir Capps, who's going to find a lot of space on this drag to get it past midfield. Look at Baker's stat line. No picks, 3 touchdowns, 215 yards. We're not even at halftime yet. Baker on the screen pass. You know this is a staple in head coach Stevie Ball's playbook, as Randy Bertone, the RB2 sophomore, is going to find a lot of space there. And Baker is 9 for 9 currently. From the shotgun, looking for an open receiver, going to toss this one up. Alexander Marler goes up and gets it and manages to break off a tackle too. That is our elite development sophomore, who's up to a mid-80 overall, making a nice play there. From the shotgun, 3rd and goal. Baker, last chance to get this one in, and is going to be dropped by Shakir Capps. He's had plenty of good plays this season. Not going to be too upset with that one. And we will take our 3 here with Lucas Fisher and bump this to a 31-7 lead going into halftime. I'm not going to front with y'all. This game is over. They have no chance of stopping us from scoring. They don't have our number, and our defense has their number. Dozie as Newcomb, the senior so far, getting the player spotlight, absolutely showing out in this one. And we received to start the second half. Randy Bertone has got some blocks. Randy Bertone has got open space. Can Randy Bertone make the safety miss? Not quite, but still a beautiful gainer. That was a 44-yard run, and he's got 57 yards on the day with his 4 reps. Taking a shot to Dozie. Oh my goodness. Going up, climbing the ladder and getting that one. Dozie as Newcomb has got his 3rd touchdown of the day. And like I said, they just cannot stop us. I'm not even showing their offensive drives anymore because it does not matter. Baker from the shotgun, going to take an out. That's Shakir Capps. Oh my goodness, Shakir Capps takes 2 kneecaps on that juke there. Bryce Baker with 352 yards and 4 touchdowns. And at this point in the game, start of the 4th quarter, I went ahead and subbed the starters out. This is RB3 Marcel Porter taking the pitch from our backup quarterback, and Marcel Porter is going to take this one to the house. No one even attempting to stop him. There's a long touchdown for the senior. Oh my goodness, that is Pat O'Brien on the quarterback pitch, and this is going to be another shot for him. 3rd and goal. 2 minutes left. Over on the slants, there's Tommy Maher, the wide receiver 4 for his senior season, getting a touchdown there. Love to see our seniors getting some love. And that is a 2nd straight year. We've not only beaten Texas, but we have slaughtered Texas Tech. And that is our 2nd conference win on the year. We have now beaten them and Baylor, 2 of the more competitive teams in the conference, I'd say, and neither one of them was really that competitive in the first place. We didn't play great at Baylor, but I never felt like we were going to lose, and Baker might be his best game all year. Oh my goodness, Randy Bertone leads us in rushing. Jermecco Green didn't really have to do anything. Marcel Porter breaks open a long one, and then we go look at our receiving stats. Bryce Baker, of course, adding to his rushing touchdown total. It'll be another great game for Shakir Capps, Jacaden Ferguson with the punt return as well. Tommy Maher gets a touchdown. Dozie Eznukama with 3 receptions, all of them touchdowns, and 150 yards. A monstrous game. Not to mention Lionel Lyles coming off the bench and having a good day. And then Jacaden Ferguson with a 76-yard punt return. Dozie Eznukama will set the single game receiving record for North Texas. I did not realize it was 150. Shout out Dozie Eznukama, as well as Big 12, and we unlock Scheme Guru. So that's what I like to see. We're upgrading our attributes as a coach. Bryce Baker on the year, 1,000 yards, 7 picks. For his junior season. Not great, but still, we could, he's still doing good in the rushing game. No touchdowns so far for Jermecco Green. Bryce Baker, our only touchdown leader, and then Marcel Porter has 1. We got to get that changed. Our run game's got to come alive, but receiving has been phenomenal. We got 3 200-plus yard receivers so far, and 132 for Daryl Branson, the tight end. The touchdown leader so far is still Shakir Capps, but man, the receiving game has been good. The passing game has been good. We still have 2/3 of the season left. We're 4 games in. We're 4-0. And it'll be Joshua Pierce leading the way in sacks, Kenton Allen, Devontae Carlisle, and Rashad Battles, as well as someone else. Who is that I also missed that has 4 sacks as well on the year? Pretty decent stats. And looking at an update on head coach Stevie Balls, we are still 29-9, still under 10 total losses 4 years into the Dynasty. We got 3 winning seasons, 2-3 in the playoffs now, negative in the playoffs. We got to get that changed when we get back to the playoffs. No conference championships, obviously. There's Kirby Smart with 2. Right below us, Ryan Day with 3. He won another one in this one. But we do have 2 conference championships, no first-round picks, only 3 players drafted so far. So definitely room for improvement. But our overall winning percentage I would consider to be rather impressive. And the further we go without losing a game, we'll still be under 9 total, or we'll be under 10 total losses 4 years into our dynasty, which is pretty incredible, I'd say. Still sitting at number 11. The top 25 doesn't change. You got Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Penn State are your top 3. And in the conference standings, we are 2-0. You've got Kansas State 1-0, Arizona, BYU 1-0. No games for Oklahoma State, Utah, who we're about to play, Houston. Baylor's 0-1, that's our loss. Iowa State, Colorado hasn't played. Cincinnati, West Virginia, Texas Tech is 0-1. And then also Arizona State, TCU, and Kansas, 0-0, have yet to play a game. Utah, on the other hand, is the number 25 team in the country, and they are undefeated up to this point. This is their first conference game. They got Tavian St. Clair, 96 overall, junior quarterback. I can see why they're undefeated. That is unfortunate. Their running back is injured, which is solid, and their receiving room isn't incredible, but definitely some decent players. And their quarterback's 96 overall. I think this is the best quarterback we have seen in the entire dynasty so far. So we're taking the all-black uniforms, going home. Number 11 versus number 25, North Texas in their packed-out stadium. The Mean Green taking on the Utah Utes, who are the number 25 team in the country. Both teams undefeated. Someone's getting their first loss today, and this guy has 99 throw power and 93 speed. Oh my goodness. Here is Tavian St. Clair, and the Utes coming out first. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. We are underway, and that is going to be Rico Wooten in the backfield for a loss of 2. That run is going nowhere in this third big competition, Big 12 competition game for us. This is the first of the season for Utah. They're going to go read option here, and St. Clair will not get away. That is Joshua Pierce, another loss. 3rd and 15. This stadium is going nuts. Can we get another 3 and out in our favor from the shotgun? St. Clair is going to go down. No, he gets rid of it, but it's going in the dirt. And our defense making an early statement. Another quarterback masterclass last week for Bryce Baker. Can we win another second straight Big 12 game to make it 3-0 on the season? The offense comes out. We're looking to strike hard, strike fast. From the shotgun, Bryce Baker going to find Jacaden Ferguson, another 9-yard gain on that same route we had last week. 2nd and 10 here. We are now in the Utes territory. Here comes a screen. Got the blocking ahead that we want. Jermecco Green going to make a nice gain out of that one. It'll be a first down, and that'll be 22 yards on the day for Bryce Baker. getting the coverage that we want. I think a QB blast can do us good here on 2nd and 10, sliding down after a gain of 5. We're going to have our first third down of the day. 3rd and 5 here. Baker from the shotgun. Here comes the motion. Shakir Cap's going to find his way to the end zone. Takes the snap. Baker going to find Dozie Eznukama on the drag. Dozie is going to get us to a 1st and goal inside the 5. A 25-yard reception. And I'm glad he's finally starting to get going in the stat sheet. 2nd and goal. Baker about halfway through the first quarter. It's a little low, but Daryl Branson, the tight end, going to get another touchdown added to his season total. And that will be a solid way for this offense to come out and establish the tone. 7-0. 2nd and 10 here. Utah moving the ball on this drive almost to midfield. That'll get them across the 50-yard line, and that'll get them their first drive into North Texas territory. 2nd and 8. Tavian St. Clair trying to get warmed up here. One of the most talented quarterbacks in the NCAA. From the shotgun, that is going to be on the hands of Rico Wooten. That'll be his 3rd tackle and a 3rd and 2 opportunity. Sending pressure again. Head coach Stevie Balls wanting to send a message. They go back to the run, breaking a few tackles, and that'll be a 1st down for Veranda. 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Tavian St. Clair going to motion his tight end over to the left side. We're sending pressure again. Another blitz. They go back to the run game, and that's a nice juke move. That'll go for a solid gain right there. They're inside the red zone now. By himself, 5 wide receivers. 3rd and 8 here. Last play of the first quarter. St. Clair throwing up a one-on-one. That one's going to be intercepted. Mike Strange, our interception leader, adding another one to end the first quarter. Oh my goodness, not a great first quarter from Tavian St. Clair. Our defense with a red zone turnover. We're out passing them. They're out rushing us. Time of possession about the same. But regardless, we are up 7-0 to start the second quarter here at home. Can we get this deep game going again? Baker from the shotgun going to hit Daryl Branson on the tight end corner, and that is going to get them into Utah territory, and it would bring up a 3rd and 7. Not moving the ball much after that couple of plays. From the shotgun, Baker takes it. They're sending a blitz. Baker going to get hit as he's thrown, and that'll be a good stop for the Utah defense, catching their breath a little bit, maybe getting a little momentum back. Still only 7-0. Then a defensive game. Tavian St. Clair going to show off his mobility here with that 93 speed. Going to try and hurdle. Not quite able to clear the pile there, but still enough for a 1st down. 2nd and 8. They were getting going last drive. Just a bad interception, bad little floater from St. Clair. They're going to go back to the run game. We're ready for it. That'll bring up a 3rd and 11 here. 3rd and long. Stadium is pulsing. Mean Green fans are hungry to keep climbing the top 10 ranks. From the shotgun, St. Clair going to have a drag, but the good contain, good coverage, good defense. Ray Kohler on the tackle there. And we're about to go into halftime. Tavian St. Clair with only 31 yards. Can't complain about that. Dozie is going to break his one-on-one. Baker takes a shot. Just slightly overthrew him. I wish that would have been a green bean. He will overthrow one there. It is not as overpowered as it may look editing these videos. I think last week was just insane. And that'll be a nice gain for Marcel Porter right there, getting us to a 3rd and 10 here at midfield. Updating our slants. Baker from the shotgun. No pressure here. Has enough time, and he throws it right to the linebacker. That'll be his 8th pick on the season, and this is something I thought we fixed last year. I think he had like 9 total his sophomore year. We're on game number 5, and that's 8 for Bryce Baker. And once we get into these deep playoff runs, we cannot be turning the ball over. It hasn't cost us yet, but it might cost us right now. Baker, a bad decision from head coach Stevie Balls, who some would say is playing with the controller. That's going to be a shotgun find out of bounds, but 2nd and inches for Tavian St. Clair and the Utes offense here. From the shotgun, sending more pressure. We're ready for it. We have had that run game on locks. Devontae Carlisle on the loss there, and it'll be 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, stadium pulsing. Defense has been flawless today, and Ray Kohler brings him down. We will take a timeout and continue that trend. Utah is in field goal range. I have to expect they'll probably make this one. These Heisman kickers are insane. Kids, don't drive that fast on a motorcycle. That was so loud and annoying. And the field goal is good. 52 seconds left. 2nd and 10 in the first half. Baker gonna take another shot. This one's a green. Dozy as Newcomer. Another touchdown to add to his highlight reel. Oh my goodness, the junior to senior connection for Bryce Baker and Dozy as Newcomer. I don't know who's better between him and Jacaden Ferguson. They're both phenomenal. That'll be 111 yards. Second straight week he's going to get the halftime player spotlight. And here we are, looking down the barrel of 5-0. Utah, our defense has had them in check, still 14-3. Not impossible for them to come back. We like what we've done so far, but Utah does open the second half with the ball. Going to find a quick out for Tavion St. Clair. Disappointing first quarter, and that will continue here as they go 3 and out. 2nd and 8 here for the Mean Green. Shotgun snap. Oh my goodness, the safety, there's no help. Don't tell me he overthrew him. He still gets it there. The Orange Bean will find Dozy as Newcomer for touchdown number 2 in this one. And number 84 has flipped both of these games on their head. We now have a 21-3 advantage and another 3rd and long here for Utah. From the shotgun, St. Clair not playing the way he wants to. He will take a deep shot in this one, and that gets batted away. Good coverage, not going to do that in our house, and they will settle for 3. Once again, this is a much deeper one from the tip of the wing from the North Texas logo, and it will be good. That kicker is impressive, but still, no touchdowns on the day for Utah, and they got to stop lining up one-on-one. I just said it wasn't an unfair advantage, but now Dozy as Newcomer looking like Monty Rourke and Nick McNeil from the WKU days. My goodness, 2 straight weeks with a hat trick 3-touchdown performance from Dozy as Newcomer, and these past 2 games have quickly vaulted him to the top of our receiving leaders. 2nd and 7. 28-14. Utah would score one, but now I think we got to give him a chance for 4 touchdowns. Oh my goodness. Not a touchdown there, but he climbs the ladder to heaven and gets it. Baker going to have another 400-yard game as well. 3rd and 4 here in the 4th quarter. That one is going to be wide open in air. Daryl Branson going to get his 2nd touchdown of the day. Oh my goodness. This Mean Green team has just kept performing phenomenally, and now we get one-on-ones on the edges again. We could have hit either Dozy or Jacaden Ferguson on this one here. If you go back and watch the tape, they're both naked. They're both wide open, and that's touchdown number 4. He's got 7 touchdowns in 2 weeks for Dozy as Newcomer. Utah, I don't think they're going to be in the top 25 after this game, and that might not be on them. 392 yards for Dozy as Are you sure that's not Bryce Baker's throwing stats? No shot. Oh my goodness, 477 yards. We're 392 of them to Dozy. There's no way. There's no. That's the rushing stats. We did not run the ball this game. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's got to be more records. That's got to be more records. I think I put the screenshots after the wrong game because that would make a lot more sense. Those records that I already showed, they're for this game. They're for this game. My fault. Rico Wooten leading the way with tackles. Oh my goodness. This was a fun one, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're almost to 100 subscribers, so I appreciate the support dearly. We got more North Texas videos coming soon. That was a fun one. Year 4, we are 5-0 right now. We're about to be ranked in the top 10, so things are heating up. We're going to get back to the playoffs for a 4th straight time, I want to believe. We still got to finish the year strong, but this has been a lot of fun, and this team is extremely talented. So, y'all stay blessed. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.